you've got your own shared hosting, or you're tired of random slowdowns, CPU limits, and resource exceeded errors, then VPS hosting is usually the next upgrade. But here's the real question. Is Hostinger VPS actually good, or is it just cheap on paper? In this video, I'm going to give you the full honest Hostinger VPS review, what you actually get on each plan, KVM1, KVM2, KVM4, KVM8, what Hostinger does well, and where it's not for beginners, the real pros and cons, and which plan you should choose depending on what you're building. Before we get into it, if you want the best Hostinger VPS deal available, just click the link in the description below. I've added the coupon code right next to the link so you can get the maximum discount and save even more than what's shown on the Hostinger VPS pricing page. Quick disclosure, that link is an affiliate link, which means I may earn a commission at no extra cost to you, and you still get the best pricing available. Alright, quick basics. A VPS is a virtual private server, so instead of sharing one server with hundreds of websites like shared hosting, a VPS gives you dedicated resources like CPU, RAM, storage, bandwidth. That's why VPS hosting is used for things like high traffic WordPress sites, WooCommerce stores, hosting multiple sites, apps, APIs, dashboards, game servers, anything that needs consistency and control. Now here's the most important thing to understand. Hostinger VPS is unmanaged. That means Hostinger gives you the server and tools, but you're responsible for setup, updates, security hardening, troubleshooting, optimization. Hostinger makes it easier with their panel, templates, and tools, but it's still not hands-off managed like premium managed VPS providers. So if you want a VPS where someone handles everything for you, Hostinger VPS might not be the right fit. Hostinger's VPS is KVM-based virtualization, which is a strong option for performance and isolation. And all plans use NVMe storage, which is a big deal because NVMe is much faster than older SSD storage for many workloads. You also get the ability to manage key VPS items inside Hostinger's dashboard, like backups, snapshots, firewall controls, SSH keys, and more. Here are the exact plan specs. KVM1, 1V CPU core, 4GB RAM, 50GB NVMe disk space, 4TB bandwidth, KVM2, 2V CPU cores, 8GB RAM, 100GB NVMe disk space, 8TB bandwidth, KVM4, 4V CPU cores, 16GB RAM, 200GB NVMe disk space, 16TB bandwidth, KVM8, 8V CPU cores, 32GB RAM, 400GB NVMe disk space, 32TB bandwidth. And yes, those match Hostinger's published plan specs on their pricing page. Choose KVM1 if you're testing a smaller project, you need a basic VPS for one lightweight site app, or you're learning VPS basics. Choose KVM2, most people should start here. If you want a real upgrade from shared hosting, you're running WordPress with more plugins, you need more breathing room for caching plus traffic spikes. You want a better long-term starter plan. Choose KVM4 if you're running multiple websites on one VPS, you have WooCommerce or a heavier WordPress setup, you're hosting apps plus databases, you want stronger performance headroom. Choose KVM8 if you're running multiple resource-heavy sites, apps, you need higher concurrency, heavier workloads, you're doing bigger game servers or multi-server setups, or you already know you're CPU RAM bound. If you don't know which one to choose, start with KVM2 and scale up later. Let's talk about the actual experience using Hostinger VPS. You manage everything inside Hostinger's dashboard, and you can install your VPS using OS templates. Hostinger supports a wide list of templates like Alma Linux, Debian, Alma Linux, Debian, and Ubuntu options, plus templates that include panels, tools like CyberPanel, Plesk, Webmin, Docker, and more. Some required paid licenses. That's huge because for a lot of people, the hardest part of VPS is the setup, and templates make that much faster. Even though it's unmanaged, Hostinger tries to keep it beginner friendly with a simpler control experience, templates for common setups, clear management areas for VPS essentials, but again, this is still VPS. You should be comfortable with at least SSH, updating packages, basic security practices. Security is where a lot of cheap VPS providers fall apart, so here's what Hostinger includes. On Hostinger's VPS pricing features, they highlight automated weekly backups, manual snapshots, firewall, DDoS protection. That's a solid baseline. But I'll be real with you. Even if a firewall tool exists, you still need to configure it correctly. So my recommendation, turn on and configure firewall rules, use SSH keys, disable password login if possible, keep your OS updated, add monitoring. Another big factor, server location. Hostinger offers VPS locations across Europe like France, Germany, Lithuania, the UK, Asia like India, Indonesia, Malaysia, North America, Phoenix, Boston, South America, Brazil. Pick the location closest to your audience for the best speed. Now let's talk pricing, because this is where people get surprised later. Hostinger often advertises promotional pricing for longer terms, and then you pay higher renewal rates later. Their VPS pricing page shows discounted monthly prices and also lists the renewal pricing details. So the rule is, when you're comparing VPS hosts, always compare intro price, renewal price, and the term length required to get that deal. Hostinger has a 30-day refund window for eligible services, including KVM VPS, but there are exceptions like purchases made via cryptocurrency not being refundable. So if you're testing it out, do it early and confirm your payment method qualifies. Performance-wise, Hostinger VPS is usually strong for the money because KVM virtualization, NVMe storage, decent resource tiers, especially RAM at each level, but performance depends heavily on how do you configure the server, what stack you install, Nginx versus Apache, caching, database tuning, and whether your app is optimized. So don't buy a VPS expecting magic speed if your website is unoptimized, but if you're currently stuck on shared hosting limits, a VPS upgrade can be a night and day difference. Pros, strong value for specs, CPU, RAM, NVMe, bandwidth, KVM plus NVMe Foundation for good performance, weekly backups plus manual snapshots available, firewall plus DDoS protection tools included, multiple data center regions, lots of OS templates, and optional control panel templates. Cons, unmanaged, you're responsible for setup, updates, and security. You need technical comfort, SSH server basics, renewal pricing can be higher than intro deals, security isn't set and forget, you must configure it properly. Hostinger VPS is best for people upgrading from shared hosting who want real dedicated resources, WordPress users who want more power and control, developers hosting apps, staging environments, APIs, game server hosting, and custom setups. Anyone who wants strong specs without paying premium managed VPS prices. Skip Hostinger VPS if you want fully managed support where someone handles everything. You don't want to touch server setup security at all. You'd rather pay more to avoid sysadmin responsibilities. If you want my quick recommendation, start with KVM2 for the best balance of resources and value. Go KVM4 if you're running multiple sites or heavier workloads. Go KVM8 only if you already know you need it. If you want the best Hostinger VPS deal available, click the link in the description along with the coupon code provided for maximum savings. Thanks for watching, subscribe if you want more hosting reviews and step-by-step tutorials.